Hello everyone and welcome back to another review, and today we are going to look at a Plarail or Trackmaster custom Green Arrow. Yes, we've shown this in our live stream previously, and originally we would actually like to keep this custom basically as a secret until we use it, because this Green Arrow was actually purposely made for our upcoming special that we've tried to write called Thomas and the Great Railway Show or something like that, but the book, not the Great Railway Show. So we like to keep it as a secret, but since production process kind of got delayed, or well, basically a short answer is I don't know when the movie will actually come out, so we figure we'll show the model first, since we've made it anyways. So this is Green Arrow, and from the live stream I asked some of you to guess what face Green Arrow has, and I think none of you got it, so I'll give you a few seconds to look at the face now, and if you get it, congratulations. And the face is actually from Connor, a Trackmaster Connor. What I've done is basically definitely redrawn the eyebrows, and also I think I did something with the nose, because the nose kind of dips in, but I cut it up and sanded it like in these two positions, so it looks more, I don't know, smart, or we're not saying that Connor doesn't look smart, but I think it fits the character of Green Arrow better. So this apparently, I think you all should probably have guessed by now that the front of this engine is made from Gordon, and judging from the chassis you can see it's from the new Plarail Gordon, which I actually quite like the design, and although it's kind of fat, things like that, but it does look good, I think. So let me run you through some of the modifications of this model. The first thing is from this front, you can see I've kind of clipped in the buffer beam like Green Arrow itself, and then the running board is quite challenging, because as you know, Gordon's running board is basically here. I think it's here. Yeah, here, all the way there is flat. So what I did is raise the running board, and yeah, and how I did that is basically I have removed the whole running board from approximately here, removed the whole thing all the way to the front. So at one point this Gordon has no running board, and then this whole thing is added as cardboard afterwards. So yeah, and to smoothen the edge of the cardboard, I've actually added an additional layer of thin cardboard on the side, so that it it fits in better and it looks more smoother instead of the edge of the cardboard, which is often quite rough. At the front, Gordon's buffer beam, unlike his bases, or unlike the Flying Scotsman or Green Arrow, dips in a, I think it's called a convex kind of manner. But what Green Arrow actually is actually dips forward in a concave manner. So what I did is remove the whole thing, and then I added this concave bit, and then stick back the front, very front of the running board with the lamp irons on. And this part, this concave part, is actually I think a quarter of a straw. Yeah, so straws are actually very useful. And nowadays restaurant stops giving out straws, and it's getting quite difficult to get straws for customs, but that's beside the point. And looking here from, yeah, we've also extended the, I think it's the firebox, yeah, from the side. So it's not, Gordon's firebox just comes down here, like vertically, but Green Arrow's goes as a, I'm not sure, diagonally, or a triangular kind of a manner, kind of like that. On the other side, yeah, we've done similar things. Basically, we've just stuck on an additional cardboard of that angle. Yeah, and then fill it in the middle with some additional cardboard. Let's try if the camera can focus on it. Yeah, you can't actually see it. Some of the paint is actually chipping away already, but we'll touch it up before filming. And additional pipes painted green from straws once again. We have this unique shaped dome using clay, and then we have the tip or the top of the cap, which is an additional cardboard stuck on to achieve the impression. From the front, I think we have colored kind of, I think red, for the linings of the cylinder, which is like on Green Arrow. Some of the printed detail could be seen here, and we've removed the second trailing wheels or pilot wheels on Gordon, because Green Arrow only has a pair of trailing wheels instead of 2 pairs like Gordon. So some printed details, some hand railings like other customs. Now let's focus on the tender. This is actually an Edward tender. I'm not sure if you can tell at the start, but after I've told you it's an Edward tender, I think most of you would suddenly realize. And the reason for choosing an Edward tender is because Green Arrow is a smaller engine, smaller than Gordon and his cousins like Flying Scotsman were brothers, or cousins like Spencer's, stuff like that. So obviously the front is made from Gordon, so it's no shorter than Gordon. So what makes it shorter will have to be the tender, or smaller, kind of a smaller feel. So this is Green Arrow's tender from Edward, painted green like the body of Green Arrow, and we have lining and printed names, handrails kind of coming off, but yeah, we'll do that later. The back we have white linings and stuff like that. So speaking of linings, the engine overall has actually, I believe on the real engine, has black lining with white lining outside of the black lining. So it comes in white, black and white for each of the lining, and that's extremely hard to make. So I made a Twitter post on Twitter to ask whether the lining should be white or black, because the real one has both of the colors. So if it is to be represented on Green Arrow using one color, whether white or black would work better. So I think the poll result is white, but actually before the poll actually ended, I've already decided that I should use white, because I've tested on well, not Green Arrow, but kind of I remember it's just a scrap piece of paper to see which one looks smarter, and white definitely lifts the whole model, because black is kind of predominant on Green Arrow already for the running board and the cab, the coal, windows, smoke box, etc. If we apply black, it kind of looks boring and not sharp enough. So in the end, I opt for white, and I think it looks extremely smart with white lining. And how I did the white lining is actually, I did it in the proper way. I taped masking tape onto every lining, and then painted. Because this was kind of built for a special, so it's a special purposely made model, and I would like it to look good on the screen, so I took the time to do that. And I also, I think lining is very important, especially on Green Arrow, because of basically the lining makes him look very smart. So I took the time to do it basically the proper way, so you may say. It's used the masking tape and painted it on. And yeah, speaking of which, some of the linings from my other customer aren't actually made properly. Sometimes I think it's not that important to make very, very accurate linings on some models, so I kind of free-handed it or sprayed or basically stuck it on. Yeah, sticking pin strippings or tape on is actually easier, but for white it's quite difficult and different. So I had to paint it. So that's over the lining, and I think that's over Green Arrow. I think, actually, if you look inside, you can see we have some of the parts that certainly do not belong to Gordon. Yeah, this is cardboard, and all of these are actually added stuff. Basically, the running board that does not belong to Gordon. But I think that's all for Green Arrow, and that's over this review. I hope you enjoy it, and eventually, I think the special that features Green Arrow, or at least we'll make an episode of it. We'll certainly make use of this model since we've made it. Eventually, that special or episode will come out, and hope you will check that out, and hope you will enjoy Green Arrow on the screen. So until then, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.